showing up with Tony T, yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, befuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing out. It's plain to see. The bonus team is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
All right, gang, and I hope we're back on the air. I feel like I don't have the most solid connection, but I want to come join you. I want to maybe if I wasn't already watching a handful of games to have enough bandwidth to do the morning steam. Good morning, welcome to the show, and we're going to have a big day of sports betting action, including Game 7s in the NBA. Take a breather on the ice, catch our breath. And of course, Major League Baseball soccer card is underway for you guys today. And I'll maybe run it down here if we can stay on the air. And hello to everyone coming off of yesterday. Apologize again for just a crummy show and some technical problems I had, and I was able to get off the air and fix it, but I don't feel like I've got the best connection. We may need the old Monday through Friday business hours visit from Mr. I don't know. It feels okay. We'll see. We'll just see. I just had problems with Tony last night of, doing a show with him. And so we'll see. If I get through this, maybe it was just a one-timey thing, as they used to say in horse racing. One-timey is going to win. We're underway, and I see, man, do we already have scores there? I see in the background here with our live scoreboard here right now. Take a look. I think we saw the final there. Cagliari over Sassuolo. That was our early game in Italy. We're already underway. Frosinone already has a goal on Monza. And I'm watching Empoli and Udinese. We did have some cappers on the games. Maybe we'll start with a little soccer here on a Sunday. It's a big card, especially from England, as we go with the last day of the Premier League season. So I know we have a lot of cappers in action. I had a 2-in-1 day with my soccer plays yesterday. So if we got to go to soccer, we will. If we've got fans. If my guys left me, then shut off the TVs, doubles. I'm not watching the games, right? I like to watch the game. I like to, and Formula One's underway too. What do you want me to do? What do you do? Not watch Formula One when it starts the same time as the morning steam? Good morning to Brent's here today. And we also have Thomas, of course. Brent's all ready to roll with the Knicks, so we could go right into it. How about yesterday in the NBA? How did everybody do here with our OKC game against Dallas? Hey, OKC was good. They got us the money there just barely here on the show with the pick, and good account of themselves, man. But Dallas does advance, and I guess I say good account in that game. They covered the spread, but I guess in the end they underachieved in this situation. So, not saying that because of the seeding. I mean, it does seem like the veteran teams sometimes can, not need to turn it up so much in the regular season. Look, it's proven, right? Especially with the road teams winning. You don't necessarily need the home court advantage in the postseason. It's great to have it. But did see the team with the wily veterans there, Dallas, win the game certainly in and over yesterday. Good morning to Dre. Like, subscribe, smash it. The 40,000 subscriber juggernaut Tony's Picks YouTube channel. And there is doubles. And Brent still, he's talking more game sevens, and we'll talk about them today here in just a little bit. All right. Hey, Jacoby Fluelling is here today. R. Tomp's here today as well. And yeah. They'll be back. They'll be back, I think, for sure. Brent, you put whatever you want in the chat. I'll just I'm here for you guys. We'll get there, but we should be excited. Just going to go over to Tony'sPicks.com here, unless, maybe we could just get that. Well, we'll go over. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go over to Tony'sPicks.com. We're going to look at the upcoming soccer schedule first and foremost of games from our cappers, because we do have action coming up. And I think that's an interesting place to start. Maybe a little, not a format change necessarily, but this gives us a chance maybe to talk about specific games, matchups. These are the ones that our cappers are interested in here and have in their packages or for sale. I mean, you see them, they're here $19. I am here to tell you about that, certainly, but games coming up today, big games today. So you see Hollywood Sam, Ron Crawford in there. With picks, their Newcastle against Brentford, Aston Villa and Crystal Palace there. Also, Fulham and Luton Town with doubles. So you see this card today of games and our cappers. I just maybe highlighting it because more so than other sites, I think we've got a team of soccer handicappers here every day, maybe putting up more plays than any of the other sites when it comes to soccer. Let's take a look at who was hot yesterday at Tony'sPicks.com, because it was Ron Hahn, 6-0 for Ron. On Saturday, Mark Eubanks, 75%. Ron Crawford, 67%. Mindy Hahn went 3-0. Daniel Walasachuk, 2-0-1. Tim Irwin won both of his plays. Joseph Schultz, 60%. Probably Samba Murdy's in the green. So is Bo Dunn and CJ Sturgeon. Last 7 days, it is Bo Dunn on top of the handicapper leaderboards, 8 2/3 units of profit. Tony T still going strong, over 5.5 units of profit. Mindy Hahn is up there, up 397. CJ Sturgeon, 3.5 units, and Mark Eubanks up over 1.25 units. Last 30 days, it's Ruben Marlborough up nearly 19 units of profit. Tony T up 13 3/4 units of profit. Nick Lagaretos up 10 units, CJ Sturgeon 10 units, and Mark Eubanks 9.5 units. Check us out over at Tony'sPicks.com. I don't know if you guys have anything in soccer. I could come through with some plays, but just seeing a little baseball steam. I'm getting back into place here with the connect. I was really sad after yesterday's show, and before the game started, I just went to bed for a couple hours and said, I even had to blow, I'm sorry to Big Boss if you're out there. I blew him off on the UFL cover. I couldn't connect anyways. I could use my phone, but that was hard enough. And I was just so sad. So I'm here now. And just saw some steam come in here. So we got this is what the theme of the show is kind of all about. The New York Mets and Miami Marlins are seeing some action here to the over right now. Those 7.5s are turning into 8s right now with the Marlins and the Mets here on Sunday. We're just seeing some steam right now, showing 8 over 20. Not only was it 7.5, but now you got already juiced over 8 here on some of these right now with the Mets and the Marlins. All right. And Blake is here as well. Doubles touting his plays today in that's what he meant. Yep, yep. So we'll get over to start the show here. Appreciate everybody. Got over 40 of you in here right now. So I think we could talk about the NBA games and get it rolling because we got a big card, a big show, and we don't need to belabor it. No hockey, though. All right. And didn't see you guys too interested maybe in too much soccer today. It is a wild card, man. I mean, if I could get maybe a play or two off here with you and not bore you to tears, certainly. Uh, uh, Bournemouth and Chelsea, the total I think is 4 in that game, and I would think we might see 5 goals from Chelsea. How about I take it over there here on the show as my play today? Bournemouth and Chelsea over. Hey, you want to buy it down to 3 3/4 or 3.5 and just lay a bunch of juice. Uh, I'm sure we'll have a bunch of goals in that one, especially from Chelsea at home against Bournemouth. Bournemouth will tally. I think I'll take it over there. All right. Pacers and the Knicks, game 7. Look, you don't need me to handicap it for you, is what I always say. But maybe I can make a pick with you guys. And I kind of believe in the home court edge that the Knicks have sometimes, even if they do have some personnel issues coming into this game with injuries here. Looks like both of the Knicks' 2 stars that are considered to be questionable for this game are trying very, very hard to get into this game today. In fact, OG Anunoby, it almost feels promising, his questionable tag here in this one, being upgraded really from doubtful to questionable for Anunoby today in this big game. And Josh Hart it almost just felt like he was winded. He's worked so hard in this series, but an abdominal strain for Hart. So you hope that these guys can get in the lineup for the Knicks. It almost feels like you do want all your stars in there, certainly. But if you've been around like as long as I have and ever seen a game 7, when the Oregon starts going and the chant defense starts raining down from the crowd, even in a game like this where they keep fighting to go, over in these games. I've taken it on the chin in a few of them, trying to still stay under a little bit, and they still manage to get over the total. So maybe your comments are coming in here, and I'll take a look at them right now. And AUD is here. Justin is here today as well. Doubles is going to take a lean to the under in this one. And I love this Pacer team. In fact, I grabbed them. I thought I could, maybe put a little play on them to win it all. Other than my Minnesota play is a lot more substantial, but the Pacers were my other in the Eastern Conference. And I love these guys, man. I love watching the Pacers. I hope they continue to be. But the Knicks in a game 7 at home, it just feels like that. It is an electric atmosphere that will wither even maybe a more talented opponent. The Knicks are favored. It does feel like almost, like maybe it could be less. I'm sure, the injuries are baked into the line here, as they say, right? But we're starting to see some Knicks support here in the chat. It really does feel like maybe even a consensus. I'm going to take the Knicks. Lego World Productions is here. That's sweet. That sounds awesome, actually. It sounds like some type of, like time lapse photography with Legos where you do a movie where the Legos are moving and, you've seen it before. I used to build elaborate sports stadiums out of Legos. I'm just a sicko that's what I did. And Knicks win comfortably. Thomas says, yeah, and you know what? And but you just if you get a little bit of contribution, you don't want anybody to, limit them. Twisted had a big day yesterday. Let's go, Twisted. Let's get those winners here today. I'm gonna take the Knicks, man. I just feel like uh, I don't know if I broke the personnel down on neutral court and even took those two guys out. Maybe I could make a case for the Pacers. Look, they're great, but just feels like in this series where maybe the home edge is starting to be prevalent here. Just going to take the Knicks. All right. How about the boxing yesterday? We didn't even go into a big diatribe of sports here about what happened yesterday. I just feel grateful to be on the air. We could have delayed the show and talked about uh, Tyson Fury losing to Usyk in a huge development in boxing and one of the biggest matches in years. And there were other fights as well. All right, I'm on the Knicks. Here we go. Timberwolves taking on the Nuggets. I'm really guys right now. I hope I'm with you guys right now. I know that I can see that I'm not fully. I'm going to give it 1 second here. All right, maybe give a few more comments here on the game. Fiddleheads on the money line. I know I'm struggling here a little bit with my feed is what it is with my Wi-Fi. So final. Okay, here. All right. Oh, here come the plays, it looks like. I think Thomas might be saying here to start us off with the Wolves, and here's Twisted on the Wolves. And here he is on the Pacers as well. So I think I'm back. Okay. Our Tom's Wolves and over. I'm glad your guys' comments are coming in, as I know my connection was a little shaky there. Okay, Timberwolves and the Nuggets, and here it is, Game 7. I'm on the line with my Minnesota now, aren't I? And I just feel like, look, as great as they've been, it just feels like the Nuggets are now toying with the Timberwolves a little bit. But here's Doubles says, "Give me the Wolves." Trey on the Nuggets. So your plays coming in, and I don't just feels like for me. I love this Timberwolves outfit, obviously enough to support them. But man, it just feels like they started a bit here, and hopefully I'm with you here, man. Okay, I know my Wi-Fi bars are looking a little low. Okay, I think I'm back. Get a little bit of steam coming in right now. Pirates and Cubs under for the game today. This one's in Chicago, so maybe we'll get doubles on that one a little bit, but maybe there's some weather. We don't know. Maybe there's some lineups, but they're steaming this one under right now today with the Cubs right now. The Cubs game, the total getting steamed here down to 7.5 under 25. Bet Online is now at 7 over 20, and Bovada's at 7 over 20. So this one is headed lower immediately right now. Pittsburgh and the Cubs, this total is being hit right now. All right, your plays are coming in, and I'm happy about it. Here's Solo on the Timberwolves here. And over on both games for Twisted. Leroy on the Nuggets, if I didn't catch that one earlier. And that has been no doubt a huge difference that maybe in this particular series, is maybe the key player that can keep the Wolves in this one. I just feel like the Nuggets championship experience here, having proved themselves now in coming back from a 2-0 deficit, having lost at home. It does coincide a little bit with Conley and his absences. There's no doubt that is an underlying factor that you want to consider here. But I'm just going to lay it with the Nuggets. Maybe it will be close. Maybe the Timberwolves will stay in there all the way. I'll take the Nuggets in this one. You got your plays in, everybody, I hope. Yeah, but we got, decent defense here as well. I mean, this total, can you believe it, you guys? 196. Who can stand to go under here? Even I'm a little bit worried about the a total here, or am I? All right. Hope you guys got that one here. Yeah, but what if they win? Let's see. If they win by, if they don't cover though doubles, what do I do there? Then I'm really bummed. And I've never set myself up for a, I've just got to handicap it. I got to call it like I see it. That's what I guess I mean to say here, because never want to set myself up personally for, uh, you know, the double reverse middle. All right, let's get into our coverage of baseball now, and our card here today, and get rolling here. No hockey. That's what it is. That caught me stunned there a little bit. No hockey today, but we'll be back here rolling with the NHL playoffs. Maybe we could just touch on it for just a second with yesterday's game, certainly with Vancouver and Edmonton really putting it down. We said that, oh, the NHL playoffs never disappoint. Well, that was a blowout. And Edmonton did a great job here to stay alive and send it to a game 7. So uh, Oilers crush Vancouver yesterday. We had it under on the show here, but it went 6 goals, 5-1. All right. Red Sox and Pavetta on the road here against the Cardinals. We'll get us started off with baseball coverage here on Sunday. And for Pavetta in this one, he comes in with a 3.48 earned run average in his last 4 starts. Liberatore, 6.43 ERA in his 2 starts now. Boston struggling at this point, having won just 4 of their last 15 games. And the Cardinals have won 5 of 6. This is probably as good as it's been for the Cardinals here of late. The Cardinals have gone over in 9 of their last 10 games. The Red Sox have gone over in 3 straight, but I don't know if I can stomach an over here in this one with this total just dangling here in my face at 8.5. 8.5 under 20, yeah, and probably even lower, and over 15. So, look, I've just read off some trends that shows that these teams are going over, but I don't know if I'm feeling it. I'm probably going to start with an under with these 2 teams and buck these trends here. The move is to the under. I don't know if that says, I mean, are there just people like me that are just so undery? Here comes doubles on the Red Sox. Fernando is on the Red Sox today. And Jeff says, give me the St. Louis money line. Fernando's going over in the first 5. Leroy, the Red Sox on the money line. And yesterday, we had a premium on the under, so did not quite go our way. So maybe just a little bit hesitant. I'm still I feel like I want to take the under here. Law Dog is on St. Louis. All right. You guys got some plays in there. Certainly. I'll come in here with the under in this one. I think cappers today, though, I'm going to say cappers are going to favor Boston here today. Uh-oh. Do the Nationals not have a pitcher? No, they have a pitcher. They have a good pitcher, and I don't have him in there. It's Williams, of course. I say good, meaning his stats have been good, and I think that you can't deny that Williams has done a great job this season. And until, he starts, falling apart, or got to respect these numbers right now for Williams. uh, 1.73 ERA in his last 5 starts. The Nationals are 7-1 with Williams on the mound this season. Now you got Nola, 230 favorites here, 7-2 with Nola are the Phillies. They've gone under in 6 of his last 8 starts. Phillies have won 28 of 36. They have gone over in 9 of their last 14, but the Nationals have gone under in 8 of their last 10 games, and Williams has gone under in 3 of 4. Williams has struggled against the Phillies in the past. And I'm not going to chalk it up. I'm going to just say Williams right now has found something anyway, right now for now. I'm not going to worry too much about any kind of uh, struggles. 5.2 ERA and 8 career starts, but he's just performing very well right now. He's obviously found something. And hey, if you want to contest that, you got Nola, who certainly is going to mowing them down, but does have an 8-8 record with 3.75 ERA and 30 starts against Washington. You could argue that Washington's been better in the past, certainly as well. But I'm going to grab Washington here on the run line. If I've got Williams performing like that, and even Washington, a team that certainly is not, even a 500 team, and he's been involved in, eight starts, and they've won 7 of those 20 wins with Williams in there. I'll take him to compete here. We've got, looks like, Blake, maybe. Let's see here. I'm going to have to, I don't know if those are this game. Here we go. Leroy on the Nationals here. And Twisted is rolling run line today. So is Thomas. And Double says on money line for Washington, but just taking a stab with a dog here, it feels like. Law Dog. Just breaking right now because, hey, it's the Boston and St. Louis total. This one was 8.5, juice to the under, I believe, but I'm seeing it move right now. Boston and St. Louis is here come the 8 overs right now at Bet Online, 8 over 20. Same at DraftKings. Almost every book is starting to fold into 8 right now for the Boston St. Louis game. We'll preview it in just a moment. Jacoby, I think, is going over here in this one. Lego World today, going under. Should have seen these stadiums I would build with like different types of decks, and I was ahead of my time. When they were all these fancy stadiums now with their porches, and I was doing that when I was 12, 10. I might have been doing it when I was 20. All right, here's Nerfy for Darren today with this one. I believe he's talking about Washington and Philly. Washington here with Williams. He's allowed a run in the first inning in 25% of his starts. Nola is allowed a run in the first inning in 22% of his starts. The Nationals have scored a run in the first inning in 7 of 44 games. The Phillies have scored a run in the first inning, best in the majors, 19 of 47. Here's Blake on the Nats. And Fernando going over here, first 5. Look at that total. I want to just say hello. I know we're in the baseball segment, but Mr. Scareface is here, and he's took the Pacers to win the Game 7, it sounds like here. So, all right, I think that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to take Washington here on the run line. Mariners and Orioles, and you talk about seeing some pressure to the under here this morning, and maybe I'm going to pile on again as usual. But look at our matchup with Kirby and Burns. I mean, the only thing might be that you think that the total has gone too low. Here, I think I've got a total up there that might be even a little bit stale here at this point. I'm showing right now the total in this game. There's a lot of seven overs for the most part. I might as well just change it to seven over. And even I might be. Hey, I'm giving it as a free play here on the show, but because maybe it's 7.5, maybe it was a premium, but does feel like some high pressure under here with these two pitchers. I mean, Kirby has a 1.5 ERA in his last five starts, and Burns 2.59 ERA in his last four starts. So just for Burns, he doesn't get any run support. For last four games, Burns has scored. They've scored 4 runs for Burns, and you're going up against a guy like Kirby, where everyone is slamming the under in this one. Now Seattle has gone over in 9 of their last 14 games, but Burns has gone under in 4 straight. Kirby's gone under in 3 of his last 4 on the road, and Baltimore's gone under in 10 of their last 15 games at home. Baltimore's won 11 of their last 16. Seattle heating up a little bit. They've won 4 of their last 6. Oh, thanks, Doubles. Don't know why. Why do I keep doing that? I guess I'm having enough trouble just staying on the air. So we'll get that one. Bring you back here in just a moment on that. And of course, I mean, I got doubles in here to double check my work on the White Sox because most people would have called the Yankees game, brother. Yeah, I'll fix that for sure. Let's solo on the O's here. Darren, Baltimore, and a Nerfy. Well, you got Kirby. He's allowed to run in the first inning in 2 of 9 starts. Burns, uh, poor starter as usual. He's allowed to run in the first. Imagine his strong numbers, and he has allowed to run in the first inning in 5 of 9 starts. So he just starts shaky. Not the best first inning guy. Seattle 10 of 46 runs in the first inning. Baltimore 9 of 43 currently. Fernando on the under here. And doubles Seattle money line, Thomas Baltimore money line, Twisted Baltimore money line at $1.50 or no go. And Lego World, and the thing about what Twisted said here, and I know what he's saying. If it gets to 155, but I would say he's and I don't have any. What Twisted said is his. But for example, if I'm on Baltimore at 150, and I say I like Baltimore 150, if it goes to 155. In my 1 unit play, maybe my 1 unit play will be 0.9 unit play. If it gets to 160, maybe we're down to a 0.75 unit play. If it goes to 160, you know what I mean. Here's Lego World on Seattle. And here, but that's a premium, and we're on our free plays here. I know. Here's Blake and Seattle under. Peasy's here today. Hi, Peasy. And me and Seattle, we have a lot in common. Okay. See here. Brent says I'm getting my money's worth here with the Mariners here today. Darren also don't. What are the Mariners doing at night? You guys are all over this Seattle in the day games. All right. Right, doubles? No, it's a White Sox game, okay? It's a White Sox game every time. It's not a Yankees game. Law Dog here on the under. Okay, we gotta keep it moving here. Thanks, you guys. It looks like we're, uh, staying on the air here, not getting knocked off. Okay, I'm on the under here. Just big time pressure to the under, man. Of course, this is a Ramon special here. It feels like to me. Yeah. PZ, I don't mind, I am one that does not mind day of the week stats in some cases. Uh, like home teams on Friday night, right? I mean, there's something to an electric atmosphere and all that. Now, Red Sox have a great atmosphere too. Yeah, I wouldn't be, finalizing in a handicap or anything. Right, Mike? Has Seattle played a top team? Just kidding, Seattle. Okay, let me see if I. Oh, no, you know what? I didn't miss it, brother. I didn't miss the White Sox game. I have it right here. It is the same time. I guess I just have a different rotation order. I'm showing and I go with chronological order followed by rotation order. I know I'm really technical and nerdy about all this stuff, but Mariners Orioles were 9-13, 9-14, and this is 9-15, 9-16. The White Sox and the Yankees with Flexen and Rodon. Rodon is up to 330, so I'm willing to go with the Yankees. Game over. I saw somebody there already with their pick, I think, on it. Oh, here it is, Darren. White Sox team total over. Uh-oh. Well, I'm gonna need a lot of runs from the Yankees then, because I'm just gonna lay it. Look, uh yeah, okay. I'm just kidding, brother. I'm just uh Double says just lay it, lay it, lay it. Thomas says lay it, lay it, lay it. Look, I'm the first one. I'm one of the few guys on these streams, right, to come on and take the White Sox here and there, right? Because I just like to be that guy. And hey, technically, they're gonna get there sometimes. And if they're getting there at 25% rate, I guess you should have them 25% of the time, or 100% of the time when that 25% hits. You know what I mean? But for me here, I think today, I just feel like I'd rather just take the Yankees on the run line, cut and dried. I don't want to even, break it down statistically. Flexen's been pretty decent, really, especially when we wanted to always be kind of critical of him to a certain extent. But the numbers, though, doubles, I think, is metrics. I've talked to my metrics guys here, and I have one of those sites that explains it to me. But the Flexen numbers are interesting, certainly, and he has a 2.61 ERA in his last four starts, so that does measure up a little bit to what they're seeing here. I think the Yankees here for Twisted and Blake will go over. White Sox have gone under in 9 of their last 11, but Flexen over in 4 of 5, Rodon over in 3 of 4, and Yankees under in 7 of their last 9. And Joseph Thompson missed the NBA segment, but we're not going to leave. We're not going to go without his comments about his Timberwolves. And he's already got tomorrow's newspaper with the headline here. So we don't even need we went through the whole game. We did a big old handicap, but we only needed Joseph to come here and give us Timberwolves. Good luck, Joe. Hopefully the Wolves do it. I hope don't go back because I took the Nuggets because I'm scared. I just believe in a big home court game 7 edge in the NBA. Nothing against the Timberwolves and I'm on them. I'm on that futures bet. Even if doubles did tease me about hedging, even if I'm screwed if they only win by 2. So that's not going to happen. But uh, there is some consolation, I guess. Thanks, Joseph. Good luck to the Timberwolves. Hopefully, we'll see you later tonight. And I think that's it for this one, man. I'm just going to take the Yankees here to keep it going right now against the White Sox. Okay. Well, speaking of metric sites, the numbers on Manoah, I guess they reportedly, I guess, slightly okay. Uh, Looking ahead, I guess comparatively to where he was or where he's been, I don't know if I can necessarily come in with the Blue Jays here in this one, but maybe he could have a good start here against Tampa Bay. It's kind of what the uh, numbers say a little bit, but it's just it's just so hard right now to want to trust uh, Manoah here on his with his 8.18 ERA so far this season. I guess you can't be much worse, right? But they really are showing that maybe this is a matchup that does work out. Savali's been really bad too. 8.68 ERA in his last 4 starts, and Tampa's gone 4-5 in his last 4 starts. Tampa is 11-4 though in their last 15 as they've been heating up here, and it's Toronto that has dropped 14 of their last 19 games overall. Tampa figures to be pretty popular with handicappers today in this one. I probably wouldn't be caught on Toronto even if I did like them here. Um, I the metric sites to me point to an under, and so do the sharps. It does feel like you got two starters just gross here with their numbers. Here's Blake on the Rays, Doubles is on the Rays, and Thomas says I'll do it too. Leroy will try Toronto here, and so will Twisted. We're gonna get Fernando, so it's 4-2 Blue Jays. Even I can add these up for Thomas if he's busy. Thank you, Peasy, for these great statistics here. So, all right, man, this is one of those where I end up going to the market a little bit, even with these bad pitchers. I mean, it does feel like the starters are so bad, but I'm going under here. I get to keep the 8.5. I mean, no, I mean, oh boy, no, you got eights. See, that's kind of what I mean a little bit here on some of these, moves to the under, right? You have two pitchers who are the total's 8.5. These guys have an ERA of 8.5. And granted, these guys aren't going to be going too deep into the game, but the total's down to 8. So bookmakers are so worried about Joe Square taking the over with the guys with an ERA over 8 that they're moving the total even lower because they want you to have a better value, better price. So give me the under here. I'll trust the sharps here in this one. This one feels like 4-3 all the way. Here's the Mets going up against the Marlins. Talked about the move that came in here just when we were at the top of the show that came in on the over in this one. That wasn't the way that was the way wasn't the way I was going to look necessarily in this game, but I do respect the move that came in here on this one with Manea going up against Sanchez. For Manaya, he has a 2.08 ERA in his last 4 starts, and the Mets are 5-3 with Manaya on the mound. Meanwhile, Sanchez, a touted prospect, has a 7.63 ERA in his 4 starts. Miami has split those games. Miami's won 5 of their last 6. The Mets continue to struggle here, having lost now 17 of their last 25 games. And, we went under yesterday. The Marlins have gone over in 15 of their last 20, and the Mets have gone over in 5 of their last 6. So, and we are starting to see a little more pressure to the over here, but I don't know if I'm going to do it. Feel like I'm going to be on an under here, even if I went down yesterday. Let's see what you guys have. Here's Fernando on the Marlins, and Blake is on the Marlins. And here's a Law Dog says Mets money line again. Yeah, it was a 1-run game yesterday, I believe, right? Mets money line for Leroy. And Twisted has the gun to the head play of the day. He'll opt for the Marlins. Thurman Hill got a parlay in there. Good to see you, Thurman. Brent says the Mets would have to score a lot. All right. So this one was as high as 7.5, and now all the way up to 8.5. Man, really? I mean, I've got such a stale lineup there. This one has been shooting through the roof here. 8.5. I'm showing 8.5 under 15 now on this game at Bovada. It's mostly 8 overs, but no, DraftKings is 8.5 under 12. This one's getting a little too high for me to want to take an over here. Even with these teams are definitely going over here, but I feel like I'm getting an under discount now all of a sudden. And that always has me interested. Okay, no more comments from you. I'm on another under, and really, with this line, that's what I feel like. I just feel like they're taking it too high. Maybe it is going over here. Twins taking on the Guardians here with Paddock going up against Bybee in a big division matchup here on Sunday. For Minnesota, Paddock's been good. 3.10 ERA in his last 5 starts. The Twins are 6-2 with Paddock on the mound. Bybee, 4.22 ERA in his last 4 starts. This is kind of the, we haven't seen him kind of dipping this low a little bit, but he gets a lot of run support. 8-1 are the Guardians with Bybee on the mound. And the Guardians have won 5 of their last 6 games coming into this one. They're 14-6 at home right now. I feel like Bybee's set for a better game than his numbers would indicate. Right now, man, when you see good, decent team, these, and in this division play, oh gosh, I'm probably going to do it to you again. Look, Cleveland is a very popular play today. I'm not going to latch on here with Cleveland and everybody necessarily, but I at this price, what is it right now? $1.17, $1.18, $1.24, $1.22. So I'm just going to take another under, you guys. Hope you don't mind, but it just feels like, man, the Guardians are going to be super popular with handicappers today. And, maybe just tag along for the ride because I'm not totally sold on Cleveland here in this situation. But it seems like to me, I've got handicappers and analysts on Cleveland, and I've got all the sharps on Minnesota. And I don't know if it's going to be able to put me on for a premium here, but I'd rather side with the cappers in a situation like this. So here's Twisted. I don't know if that helps you or hurt, if you care what I think about that. Here's Darren on a Guardians and Nerfy. For Paddock, he's allowed a run in the first inning in 1 of 8 starts. Bybee's allowed a run in the first inning in 1 of 9 starts. Minnesota scored a run in the first inning, 13 of 45. Cleveland, 9 for 46. Twisted under, and I'm going under today for sure. Yeah, the Cowboys pretty good. I'm surprised. I didn't think that he could be as well as he's as good as he's doing right now. I followed his career pretty closely, and definitely he's doing a pretty good job. Pretty good team. Here's the Athletics going up against the Royals in this one with Sears and Singer. Sears has been pretty decent of late, 2.65 ERA in his last 3 starts. Singer, he's been just as good, 2.95 ERA in his last 4 starts. The Royals are 6-3 with Singer in there in his last 9 starts this season. Kansas City's won 8 of their last 12. They're 17-8 at home. The A's, all that fun is over. It's been over for a week or two now. They've lost 12 of 14. We rolled with the Kansas City on a premium yesterday on the run line, and when you're starting to roll with Kansas City on the run line, at least for me, you got to feel like a team is pretty down right now, and that's what I feel about Oakland. I'm going to take Kansas City here again on the, I think on the run line at this point. We're looking at $1.70 here on the money line for the most part. That's pretty much the highest price anywhere. DraftKings $1.75. I'll take the Royals if you want to take them on the money line. I mean, I'm never gonna be too upset with that. See those scores there and how those Italian scores there have caught my attention. Frosinone at halftime, 1-0 over Monza. Empoli and Udinese under there. I mean, I don't know what the cappers had in that game. I know that we had some cappers on that, but I mean, you got to think that there ain't going to be a goal in that game with those two teams. All right. Give me the Royals here on the run line. And Twisted had it yesterday, and Oakland just not doing anything. Blake says go under. Yeah, Blake, I could have gone under, but I've already gone under in like five games so far. So I think I could come back with the Royals here again. Leroy Oakland money line. A's money line for doubles. Maybe Darren's talking about this game here with an Nerfy and an under. Okay, let's look to the Brewers and the Astros here with Colin Ray and Arrighetti.
Final.
All right, and Houston definitely making their way back to 500. So I mean, it's only a matter of time. They're obviously playing pretty well. The bookmakers are way out in front of this. Kind of feels like here. I mean, here you have a Houston team, 20-26. You have a Milwaukee team with a great record right now, playing 600 baseball. Yet you still have the Astros here at $1.30 with this rookie pitcher that hasn't really even pitched very well yet. 5.17 ERA in his last three starts. Ray has a 3.86 ERA in his last three starts. Milwaukee's 6-2 with Colin Ray on the mound this season, and Milwaukee's also 15-9 on the road. Astros just 2-4 with Arrighetti, and also the Astros, just 12-13 at home. But again, they've won 8 of their last 10 now, really starting to, get where we expect them to be. Looks like you guys are ready to roll here. Thomas says, I think we all like the Brewers. Here's Fernando on the Brew Crew. Here's Blake on the Brewers. Here's Darren on the Brewers. And Twisted says you got Colin Ray here. He's 4-1 coming in. I think that's what he's saying. And not everybody's on the Brewers. Leroy was on the Astros. But I don't know if you guys are all. It almost feels like peer pressure here to come in on the Brewers in this one. And again, I don't want. Like I said, I don't want anybody to think that they might be getting any value necessarily. I think what we're seeing from Houston is appropriate. Maybe it's a little bit too quick, but they're not necessarily the team that is reflected in the record. I think Law Dog here is on the Brew Crew. All right. That's if you guys are. I'll probably just do it. If you guys, I mean, I'll do it. I'm gonna listen to the chat on this one. I would, me. I probably was going to lean to the under. I wasn't really sold on the total in this game, and I want to play. I want to be part of the team's team. So I'll just cross off my total. Doesn't mean I'm on the. I really was shaky on this one. Not one of my favorites. And if you guys are all over the Brewers, I'm going to go with Team Steam here. Joseph is on over in the Brewers. Brent leans the Astros here. I show sharps. To me, I show the sharps running heavy on the Brewers. I show the bets that are coming in, the dingling bets and the steam play bets that Milwaukee is taking the attention, probably about 3-1 margin, and the under's probably taking it at about a 2-1 margin. So that's not public tickets. That's what I consider sharp plays, sharp action, and that's all by the eye test, pretty much. You'll have to trust me. Hopefully, that's why you're here. There's 80 of you here right now. Thank you here for joining me. And going to move on here as I'll take the Brewers with the chat. Pirates and Cubs with Keller and Tyone here, and the Cubs are favored. We already got our Steam update a little bit on this game a little while back that, went with the under, and I said, oh boy, I better get doubles on the case here to get me the weather, because I thought I was going to play an over in this game, and now I got to do a little bit of a double take here and see. And get some key stats here in this one with the Pirates and the Cubs. You have for the Bucks here, Keller, real sharp in his last two starts. I think he's given up one run. He's won both of his last two starts. Here, the Pirates, they've lost 7 of their last 11. For Tyone, 3.5 ERA in his last 5 starts. Cubs figure to be pretty popular pick today, I would think, here with a pretty cheap price, actually, at $1.20 or so. In fact, it might be a little higher now. $1.26 at Bovada, $1.25 at BetOnline. But this total is currently at 7 over 20. I mean, it's down nearly a full, feels like I want to say 3/4 of a run. It's definitely shaded to the under. It's either 7 over 25 or 7.5 under 25. Maybe it depends where you're shopping. Those almost the same line, that. But this one has definitely been getting a lot of pressure to the under. And that's why, I immediately was like weather. But it also could be some lineup information. Hey, one of the games we've just previewed here is getting big time pressure to the under. The game we just finished previewing, Milwaukee and Houston. Right now, the 9s are going bye-bye. If you want under, this is your moment. There's 9 under 25 at Circa, 9 under 25 at BetOnline, 8.5 over 20 at Bovada. This one is on the move lower right now. Brewers and Astros are getting hit right now to the under nearly for a good half a run here, it looks like, at the moment. And that's what we do here on the Morning Steam. Keep you updated on the latest line moves, keep you ahead of the game here a little bit. Pirates and Cubs, maybe you got your plays coming in here. There's our leader for the day, everybody. Say hello to Mr. 6-0, Ron Hahn, in the chat. Get your questions and comments ready for Ron. Undefeated on Saturday. Great job, Ron. All right, Twisted says, I'm leading the Cubs here, run line. Brent says, Pirates or nothing. Oh, whoops. I'm going back too far. Looks like you guys didn't have. I might have missed your plays there on a couple plays on the Brewers game. So sorry about that. All right, let me look at this Cubs weather here. Wind blowing in, though. Wind blowing in, 7 or 8 miles an hour. That's like double. You double it in Chicago. Just kidding. And maybe it could be more of the lineup. Remember, it's Sunday. They could be getting reports, and I'll try to look right now here to see if we have on some of these games, players who are ready to rest today. But we don't have that necessarily with that game yet. The players that are resting. We know Nico Horner is questionable for the Cubs, but again, you're just and it could be anticipation, but no doubt that game has been pretty much hit lower here. This total, and like I said, I check into it right now, look to see. I mean, all of a sudden, if I look in there and the thing says, 15 to 20 miles an hour in, I'm all about it. But I think I'm going to stay with the over here in this one. I'm going to still. Sorry about that, you guys. If I'm cutting in and out here, I'll give it a second to come back. And hopefully you got that clear. So I'll say it one more time because, here, Fernando, it's okay. Looks like we're working again. I'm going over in the Pirates and the Cubs game at 7/25 or whatever. Big time pressure to the under here. Angels and Rangers. Soriano and Lorenzen here. Rangers, big favorite here in this one. I want to, say the Angels have been a little bit gutsy here. I mean, they've lost 9 of their last 14. I get it, and they're probably going to be, not very good in this game, I would think. Now, Soriano has some good numbers here of late. 2.25 ERA in his last 3 starts, but the Angels are just 2-5 with Soriano. Lorenzen, 4.32 ERA in his last 4 starts, and the Rangers have lost 7 of 10. But I think at this price, it's about $1.50 or so. So probably wouldn't make a premium. The Rangers just aren't playing satisfactory enough to want to lay $1.50 as a premium, but I'm going to go with the Rangers and lay a little bit of a price here. Take a favorite. I think if you want to go, maybe I have a premium in the total. I better just pipe down a little bit. But Angels have gone over in 8 of their last 11, and Rangers though under in 13 of their last 17 games at home. Darren says, he's looking back on another game there. And here's Texas run line for Blake. It may be delaying your comments, and I might be just a little slow. So we'll just move on, and hopefully just please put your comments in there, and you're on record in the chat. The replay chat is always there. You're on record. But again, that's why we have our chat all-stars. Get the picks on the screen for other people to see what the folks are thinking about, not just me. Here's the Rockies taking on the Giants here with Dakota Hudson going up against Hicks. And the Giants are a huge favorite, of course, but we've seen some life from the Rockies. They've won 7 of their last 9 games. The Giants have won 7 of their last 11. Giants have gone 14-10 at home this season. For the Rockies, you have Hudson here, a 5.4 ERA in his last 3 starts, a 1-2 record. Rockies have gone under in 6 of 8. Dakota Hudson starts for Jordan Hicks. He's gone under in 4 of his 5 starts at home, but the Giants have gone over in 5 of their last 6. Widely reported steam did come in on the under here, so you see that line on the screen. Current line, though, is it's about 7.5, maybe a little bit heavier. Well, I'm showing Bovada's 7.5 flat, and Bet Online 7.5 under 20. So maybe it's right in the middle there, somewhere. And this line certainly about $1.90 or so. And might have some. Let me check something here. Just got to go to the Twitter sphere here real quick. Could have some breaking news. And I'm going to hold off here just yet. I'm a reporter, and I need 2 sources if there is a piece of break. You guys think I'm just popping off here all the time, wanting to be the first with the news just because I'm subscribed to the line services and stuff where they have like a team of guys that send it out. That's why you get the line services. But I do see some news, but I need one more source, I'm afraid. I'm just an old school reporter. Here comes some of your plays today, including Thomas on the Giants. Twisted is on the Giants run line. Thomas is on the Giants here. I kind of want to take on the Giants. Hey, Don Snyder's here today. He says, hey, didn't he get lit up by the... Where'd it go? There is Don. Hi, Don. Hicks does have like a 5 ERA in 8 career games and that one start. 2-1 career record. I don't have other than stopping the show. I do have those stats available right now. I don't know if I looked specifically or wrote down his last game against them. And let's see what else. Giants for the sweep. And Rockies, coming in here. Maybe it was going to be a series where keep a little bit of a roll going, right? It does feel a matchup specific, right? A little bit. Like we took the Giants yesterday. Wait for a few more picks here, lean Giants. Beanie Mandy is here today, and he's got the Giants. Hello, Beanie Mandy. Good to have you, and I'll take him again. I took him yesterday on the run line here on the show, and I'm going to do it absolutely again today. All right, looks like the weather down in Brazil is a pretty. That's not the breaking news, but it looks like all the big matches in Brazil are going to be the soccer matches are going to be postponed today. I'm guessing it's just some weather out there. Big time problems there with some of the big teams. So a lot of rain, a lot of postponements in Brazil. Top league today. All right, Brent there. I'll take the Giants. Let's move on. And we've got the Reds and the Dodgers here with Green and the Dodgers. What? We still don't know? Do we know? Do we know? Do we know? Here with the Dodgers yet? Oh, maybe it's going to be the Knack. All right, maybe it's going to be Knack on the mound here for the Dodgers. $1.75-ish, total 8.5. I think Knack's probably just been an opener for the most part for the Dodgers, but you're still going to, of course, have them as a favorite here with the left-hander on the mound going up against Green. In this one for the Dodgers. They come in right now having won 4 of their last 6. They've won 9 of their last 10 at home. The Reds come in having lost 17 of their last 22 games overall here. And let's get your comments here. I want to make sure I got this pitching right. I don't know. Ron's saying it's going to be Yamamoto, so I don't doubt that to be the case. Could we see an opener though for him? I do see one line service listing Knack as a starter, and I do see some Yamamoto out there as well. Ron says, "Give me the Dodgers on the money line." Ron, and he's got Yamamoto. You don't need, other than being respectful, Ron, typing it again, but Fernando on the over here. I just want to mention, and you mentioned, Yamamoto with his numbers so far, and I don't want to cover it too deep because I'm not sure yet. I mean, he's gone 3-0 with a 2.1 ERA in his last 4 starts. I had Yamamoto kind of expected, but then I saw this listing here of Knack. So it did give me pause here from for concern. So Green's been good, and he's from LA. Don't forget, he's got a 2.0 or 1.82 ERA, a 2-0 record in his last 4 starts. He's always, had a couple of appearances against the Dodgers and got beat up pretty good. But you just think of Yamamoto and all the expectations that he had coming in, and he's been good. He's been doing pretty good. But how about Shota Imanaga yesterday and his performance here? Doubles. Back me up on this. I want to make sure I get this right, but 7 scoreless innings yesterday. He's 5-0 with a 0.84 ERA. That's the lowest ERA for any pitcher over their first 9 starts of their MLB career. Now, granted, this guy's a professional pitcher, has been doing it a while, but again, some of the Japanese players that have come over have kind of set some of these records too, in a way, or not records, but just historical marks. But that's the lowest ERA for any pitcher in their first 9 starts in the major leagues over 0.84 over 9 starts. That's the best anyone's done in 100 years. 100 years of pitching. All right. So Imanaga, that's Cy Young, right? That's Cy Young right there. That's the Cy Young Award winner right now. I mean, there's nobody's going to be able to challenge that. I mean, a long way to go for the season. I'm just saying, if you cut it off right now. All right. Otani's on fire. We know. Jay Smoob's here today. Great to see you, Jay. And Ron on the Dodgers money line as well. All right. Well, I'm a little worried now. I mean, I'm trying to maybe one more check of the Twitter sphere is what I'm feeling here. And see if we can't unravel the mystery of the Dodgers pitching today. I mean, I'm not doubting you guys. I just, when I have the line service listing Landon Knack in here, and it could be, let me see. Okay. Yeah, I'm showing Yamamoto as tomorrow's starter, so they're going to need a starter today. You guys may have it differently, but from, the Athletic, the beat writer for the Athletic, it's pretty solid. Now, that was after last night's game, and you might have better information this morning, but K's going under. There it is. Leroy says that he thinks it is Landon Knack here today. And again, we've seen Knack already a couple times this season, even though he's coming up from AAA. He has been a starter here already. And I'm showing Yamamoto going tomorrow. So I'm expecting Knack, and that means I can be a little bit more confident with my selection today. And my selection was based on Landon Knack starting this game. That's what I was anticipating. It's on the under here with the Dodgers today. All right. And again, even if he's not in there, my situation is the scenario is an under certainly. But again, it's a free play. We're just putting out some free play. We're almost done here with these games, huh? How about the Tigers and the Diamondbacks here with Manning and Montgomery in this one? You've got Arizona here, $1.60 or so, maybe even a little bit less, maybe $1.50 here at Circa locally here in Las Vegas, sports gambling capital of the world. Total 8.5 in this one with Matt Manning coming in yesterday. Of course, we did give out the over here on the morning steam, and that one worked out pretty well. Manning, a 4.43 ERA in his last 4 starts. Montgomery, 4.77 ERA in his last 5 starts. Now, Detroit, they're hitting all right right now, right? They've scored 21 runs over the last 2 games. I don't think Detroit has just found a bunch of big lightning bolt bats in their bag here necessarily, but definitely doing pretty well. Detroit's 14-9 on the road. You like to see that. Arizona's lost 3 of their last 4. They're sub 500 at home. The widely reported steam did come in on the over in this game. I mean, it's a pretty high total here for sure. But man, I kind of prefer the under at this number. I mean, I know these starters have bad numbers here, and it does feel like a typical underplay for me coming in, but I am a little bit worried about that widely reported steam. I do respect it. I think Detroit's probably live here. I almost want to take Detroit and lay off the total. Let's see what you guys have. Diamondbacks for Leroy. And Kayla is Kay's real name. Brent here. Tigers are hitting. Fernando on the over. Don's on. Oh, Don. Arizona's on the do not bet. Okay, because I kind of want to take Detroit right now, actually, and I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to grab an underdog here today and take the Tigers. The 21 runs. That sounds pretty awesome. And want to just mention a little steam here right now. And you know what? It's on a game that we gave you. It's on a team that we gave you, not an under. The Washington Nationals are taking action, so you know what that means. We haven't seen the lineup yet, and I haven't gotten the word quite yet, and I'm not going to go to the Twitter sphere because we got to keep this show rolling, but it feels like there are probably going to be some missing players from this Philadelphia lineup today is what it feels like when you have a move like this right now coming in on the Washington Nationals at plus 200 against Aaron Nola. So we already took Washington on the run line. Be on the lookout. I don't have it yet, but it is about that time where the lineups start coming out, and it does feel like when you see that. Let me see here. No, I don't think we've seen it yet on Twitter just yet. But might see. There goes somebody. There comes somebody's lineup. We know who isn't in the lineup, and that's Trey Turner. But that's because he went on the shelf. So okay, I think that's. We got. Just one more, by the way. Let's get to it tonight. Yesterday's game was rained out. How about that? So we got the same matchup here with Darvish and Elder in this one. We gave out on the show yesterday on the under, and so we we gave out the over on the show yesterday. I don't know if I'm going to hold true to that actually here right now with an extra day.
Final.
Let's see what we got here. In fact, I am strong on the under in this game. That is going to, and I think that is going to be my play on the Sunday night game tonight. I'm going to go under. We talked about it yesterday. I don't know if you want to, run it down too much if you need your stats with these two guys, but we got an umpire that goes under 5 of his 7 games this season, if you like that sort of thing. But for me, I think here we got Darvish here, extra day off here for Darvish. Yeah, I know they kind of worked it into this spot anyways, but Darvish, he's been on fire. We know that. Last 3 starts, 17 innings pitched with no ERA. Won all 3. So Elder, 4.79 ERA here, but the Braves have won 6 of their last 9. And of course, the Braves, we were going to go over yesterday. We're back to an under. Just remember this, that the Braves, and again, we explained this yesterday, and I was still going to go over. Remember, I was like, look at me, Mr. Crazy. I'm going under tonight. The Braves have gone under in 20 of their last 21 games. I think my buddy said he's actually got it like a 120-1 maybe, or one. Maybe I'm off. Maybe there was one push in there, but again, doesn't matter, right? It wouldn't matter if it was like 2-21 here at this point. A little bit of steam here before we get you rolling. It's not a game that I gave out some steam on, and it's on an over. It's on that Yankees game. Take a listen to this right now. We talked about the Yankee total, and it was 8 for the most part, but we're seeing it get steamed right now to the over. I'm showing it right now 8 over 20 pretty much everywhere. 8 over 16 at Bet Online, 8 over 15 at DraftKings. There's the 8.5 at Bovada. The Yankee total is going up, up, up right now in the game with the White Sox today. There's a lot. We have the lineups ready here. Well, maybe we can just go with who's in, who's out. I think we have one game we can look at before we get off the baseball here with Boston and St. Louis. I think we have their ins and outs. For Boston, out of the lineup today, David Hamilton, Bobby Dahlbeck, and Wilyer Abreu. Those guys look like they are resting today. For the Cardinals, Gorman and Carlson are resting today. That's all,
Final.
Again, game could move over. Something to consider on Sundays. A lot of teams will rest players. Again, that move on the over, though. White Sox and
Final.
Yankees. Get a few
Final.
more comments from you guys. And here's Law Dog on the under. Thomas taking the Padres tonight. And right now, you guys, I'm getting the best of the value here. This steam is rolling in. I'm sticking with you here. That's why you're hopefully sticking around with me here on the morning steam. The game that I just talked about, the Padres and the Braves, the one that Thomas here is making a pick. Twisted is on the Padres. This total, it's moving over right now. I just said I like the under. Thomas says, Ramon, you move the line. There must be fading me because this total is now 9 under 20 at DraftKings, 9 under 20 at Bet Online, 9 under 18 at oh no, 920 at DraftKings. So we're seeing this one move a little bit higher here. Darvish and Elder game moving higher here. Padres officially looks like $1.18, $1.22. That last game that we were just talking about is seeing action here right now. And I'm not just making this up to keep you guys here. I subscribe to these line services. And then I just feel like if I didn't share it with you, I'm just have it for myself. So please join me here every day, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. We've got one game in the WNBA. I was able to get through my preview last night with Tony with my technical difficulties. So if this has been a better broadcast today, do feel like I'm not perfect. Well, you know what I mean. All right, Storm and Mystics. Previewed this game with Tony last night. Talked about how I thought that the Mystics here, look, they're 2-0 against the spread despite being 0-2. The Storm are 0-2 against the spread, and they are 0-2. So if you got a road team going against a team that covers the spread at home, it does seem like, public square handicapping might be the Mystics, but I'm just worried about the Mystics personnel. They don't have Sykes. They don't have Austin. They're going to be relying on Atkins and Samuelson, Carly Samuelson. And for the Storm, maybe we just haven't seen what I think they're a little bit overrated, but I think the personnel here, as long as Neka and Gumake is in there now, I think that's a big question mark in this game, though, too, because she certainly has missed, or she comes in with a sprained ankle here. I'm just trying to call it up here, make sure, see if we get the maybe any injury information. And, with this line currently at 7 at Bet Online, 6.5 at Bovada, 6.5 here in Vegas, maybe she will be in there. And look, you got Skylar Diggins-Smith. I've always been a Skylar Diggins-Smith fan, but I am questioning whether or not she can keep her career going at a level that is worthy of her status right now on a team, trying to help a team get back to success. Now, Seattle, I think, can go ahead and probably win this game. And, maybe they can even cover the spread here because I'm worried about of that Washington lineup. So check out my video. You probably can figure it out, but I'm going to take the under here, of course. And that total's totally wrong, by the way. I've got it 10 point. It's just a typo. That's all. But it is down to like 160.5. So I'll just give it out here on the show. I went 1-1 on my first WNBA premiums. So a little worried here. And not going to have a premium here tonight in the WNBA just yet, even though our picks on the show certainly have been good right now. And we'll take the under here at 160.5 in this one. I'm just worried about Washington's production here totally and question how they can get maybe into too deep into the 70s here today. All right. We got 2 games in the UFL, and I just want to apologize to Big Boss if you're watching out there. Just I was having a bad day yesterday here with my
Final.
Wi-Fi. So, all right. Defenders and Battlehawks. I actually don't have a play here right now. The Defenders and Battlehawks today in the UFL. I've looked at it, and again, it's a little harder for me in the UFL. I try to be totally down with my handicapping and I just don't want to throw darts. So take a look at that one. This one goes off today at 9 at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. There has been a big move, by the way, to the Defenders. The Battlehawks were they opened 7.5, maybe even an 8-point favorite, and they're down to 6 here. If anything, I mean, I'm worried about the move there, but I mean, I thought the Battlehawks were a solid touchdown favorite there, so and probably under, but I don't think I have an official pick. In the next one, though, I think I do have one I can release here. And I think the Arlington Renegades can win this game possibly here on the road against San Antonio. Not a great matchup, but I'm going to take 2.5 points here with Arlington today to get this one done. And that's it for the show. Appreciate all you guys. Elijah, no, no, sir. I really appreciate you, Elijah, but that would be 15 picks. And
Final.
appreciate you so much, man. You don't even know. And but boy, and I should have like a recap or something. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'll do it for the morning steam. Catch you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 20% off all premium pick packages, including mine. And don't forget, soccer action coming up in 30 minutes is all these games from England. I already gave out one play. Can I give out another here on the way out? Off of my soccer card here. I know that our handicappers are fully involved in some of these games, man, in soccer. You see the list there of all the picks from the crew here today. So going over here and see if I can come up with one that maybe hasn't been picked by maybe one that hasn't been picked by our crew. That sounded like what I maybe would be interested in. And maybe Brighton. How about Brighton today? I got them marked down as a pick here. So I was going to bet on Brighton against Man U today. They're basically a pick 'em here. So give me Brighton. Brighton at home against Manchester United. We know it's been a crazy season for Man U. And I'm willing to take Brighton here. Formula One is over. Red Bull stands on the podium again. So looks like it anyway. I'm trying to make a sense. We'll just get out of here. Thanks, everybody. More morning steam tomorrow. Appreciate it. Elijah, it's just too many games, Elijah. Appreciate you, man. And I know I didn't even put the tag, but the tags are on there, which game we're on anyway. All right, Thomas, you got it. We did that. Was just that one WNBA game. Catch you tomorrow, more Morning Steam, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific, Tony'sPicks.com. Bye, everybody.